This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. First off, I want to thank YAHAWASHI for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. I want to give all honor, praises, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHWASHI, BAHASHAM, Rakakatash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, who taught me this truth. And want to give a hearty salutation to you brothers and sisters that are out there listening and learning, and to my fellow labormen that are out there pushing the word in truth and sincerity. To you I want to say Shalom. Once again, this is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 6. Ye have sown much, and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put into a bag with holes. And the reason, I bring that scripture out, and going to this lesson, because I came across an article and just what's going on in the world in general. What we see is the inflation and the value of the dollar is dropping day by day, man. The purchasing power of the dollar is on a continuous decline, and it's all being done on purpose. They're purposely trying to crash the dollar so they can bring in that digital currency. Let me just get this real quick. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we already see what this devil is up to. That's why the prophets were actually known as the seers, man. So we are blessed to be visionaries, and we could see what's coming down the pike through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. And we are commanded to come out and give warning, to the sheep out there, So before we get into this short lesson, I want to get the definition of inflation. So this is inflation, and it reads, the definition reads, in economics, inflation refers to a general progressive increase in prices of goods and services in an economy. When the general price level rises, each unit of currency buys fewer goods and services. Consequently, inflation corresponds to a reduction in the purchasing power of money. So, one of the things that I've been hearing, in the news, and I've seen like commercials from like Amazon and stuff like that, is they raised the minimum wage to $15. I believe that's in the whole, if I'm not mistaken, the whole country. Let me see, look it up real quick. Minimum wage. Let me see. USA, I guess. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, that's basically here in Massachusetts, right? So the minimum wage is $15 here in Mass, from my understanding. Yeah, well, $14.25, which is still not enough, because the price of everything else is going up, and even before that, it wasn't even enough to really live. You had enough to get by, barely, but it really wasn't a whole lot at all. And that's why and that's part of what the Lord said that we will be going through. This is Haggai 1:6. It says, ye have sown much, right? So when you think about sowing, you think about being out in the field, right? Sowing seeds, right? Working, and bringing little, right? You out there working your ass off for goddamn $14.25, an hour. Even if you got $20 an hour, right? You out there working your ass off, going to work 40, 50, 60 hours a week, tired as hell, you know what I mean? And then, you know, to try and get groceries for you and your family or whatever and pay your bills. And you know, you go to work. I mean, you go to the grocery store, and you know, the prices of everything has gone up through the roof. You know what I mean? Uh, it says ye eat, but ye have not enough, which is just what I'm going into. You know, even within that, you the price of things are going up, but the amount that is in the products is going down, because you know, you can't forget that these truckers are striking, you know, here at the border of Canada, between Canada and here in Babylon in the US. So you know, there's already less goods, so less goods and inflation, that's you know, tragedy coming, you know. It says, but ye are not filled, Slakia. It says, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm, right? You're just not getting, you have, you know, the bare minimum, you know, in the society. They just, you know, give you just enough to sustain you, you know. And the point is, and he that earneth wages to be put it into a bag with holes. So basically, you know, Jake always talking about the bag, right? Well, most people ain't, you know, you got a little money bag, but as soon as you get that bag, it's full of holes. You know, being, you know, symbolic of as soon as you get it, all these goddamn bill collectors and everybody got their damn handout. So you can't save nothing, you know. You're you know, living check by check. You're behind on your bills. You understand? So that's, you know, that's pretty much what you know, this is going into, you know. And I just want to get just a couple things just to, you know, back my point, right? So it says, let's see, the average American income in 2020 and 2021. Assuming a 40-hour work week, the average hourly income for American workers in the third quarter of 2021 comes in at $25, right? Base average. The average American income varies between genders, with men taking home an average of $1,105 per week, and about 20.9% more than women's median weekly income of $914. So roughly $2,000 a week if you have both people, you know, parents working. But you know, in a lot of situations, that's not even, you know, it's way below that, or that's not even possible, because you know, sometimes, you know, you have childcare issues and only one parent can go out at a time, or you know, car issue, whatever it is, you know. But even if, you know, let's say you can get $2,000 in the household, right, every month. Well, with the price of everything going up, they say the average, let's see, the average food budget, and this is based on 2020, and it's already gone up since with the inflation, so it's way more than that now. It's probably up to like 600 or whatever per month average. Let's see, it says the average cost of groceries for U.S. households is $4,942 based on 2020 data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. This works out to be about $412 per month. Grocery spending has likely increased during the pandemic, right, with people going out less to eat, out to eat less often. Yeah, which is right. That's true. I didn't even think of that. So that would mean that they would have to buy even more groceries. You know what I mean? So so you got, you know, you got a $500-600 per month. Already you already getting close to half off rip, right? So then it says the average household right? Average household monthly expenses, right, is Slovakia. The average American household spent $61,334. I guess, in a year, I'm assuming, in 2020, or $5,111 a month. So hold on, that's what, close to $3,000 more dollars than this. What they're coming in? Oh, Slovakia. Yeah, so this is a month. So this if you're getting 2,000 a week, so basically what, 8,000 a month, and that's being generous. It's being chopped down. There's all types of variables and everything as well. You know what I mean? But the point is that as inflation goes up, the people's money isn't. You know what I mean? And it's all snare and a trap. This is Psalm 64:5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? And that's talking about these elites, man. They're doing all these putting this what do you call it, well, since this whole this demic that's going on, they have scared the people into submission and into believing all types of things. So they've been able to use this to forward their agenda, and forwarding the crashing of the dollar, and the crisis at the shipping ports, through trucker lack of workers and lack of goods coming in, the whole thing at the Canadian border, because the truckers don't want to get the jump shot. So through all these different tactics, plans of these elites, they're putting a stronger and stronger grip on the people and the economies, and trying to force them to do something that people don't want to do, but they're trying to force their hand. You know what I mean? So let me get the this article real quick. I just want to read just a little bit of it. Like I said, I just want to make a short lesson, just just a little information on where things are headed to, and how homelessness is going to be increasing, as as they already been speaking about. There's going to be increases of domestic violence because people don't have money, and if people ain't working, and the father and the husband and the wife are arguing, and they're around the kids more, all types of problems. The police aren't they're quitting in droves. You know what I mean? So the 911 system is heavily taxed because there's not as many first responders to go out there. So it's just a domino effect of all these calamities that are coming as we get closer and closer into Jacob's trouble. So this is from Market Watch economic report. It says the most small businesses since 1974 are raising prices due to inflation. And this was published what's today? Yeah, today. Yep. And it says the number of small businesses that raised prices on customers in January rose to a 48-year high, reflecting higher costs of labor and materials amid the biggest surge in U.S. inflation since the early 1980s. The National Federation of Independent Business said a net 61% of small businesses increased prices at the beginning of the new year. That's the highest percentage since 1974. The NFIB's Small Business Optimism Index, meanwhile, slipped 1.8% percentage points in January to 97.1 at an 11-month low. More small business owners started the new year raising prices in an attempt to pass on higher inventory supplies and labor costs. Right, so the more the more that they gotta pay, the more that the consumer has to pay. It just, it just simple, economics. Because the goal is for them to make money. Otherwise, they wouldn't be in business. So the these elites doing all their wicked things and forwarding their agenda and basically taxing the businesses is trickling right down to the consumers. And then, like I said, the people, the consumers aren't making more money, but everything costs more. The gas is through the roof. You know what I'm saying? You still got to get food all the time. Your regular goods, your lights and everything. So all these different things add up. You know what I mean? And you figure if even for things like deliveries and stuff, I'd imagine that over time, as the gas prices continue to go up, the fees for deliveries, all types of deliveries, would naturally go up too, because that means the people are going to be complaining more about driving, and the companies have to pay more for the drivers to drive it. So then they're going to cause the consumer to have to pay for it too, and it's all leading to Jacob's trouble, So yeah, getting back, let me just grab a little bit more of this. More small business owners started the new year raising prices in an attempt to pass on higher inventory supplies and labor costs, said NFIB Chief Economist Bill Dunkelberg. In addition to inflation issues, owners are also raising compensation at record high rates to attract qualified employees to their open positions. So they're struggling, and ultimately the elites, I just believe through the spirit, want all these small businesses to go away. So they just have those huge corporations that they have to control, like a Walmart or a Target, or Kohl's, or like the big ones, so that they can so they can start really pushing this digital currency. It will be easier to make sure that all of these type stores have the equipment necessary to do it, right, and to get the MOTB equipment as well in there, than it is to have every single mom and pop store on that same, you know what I mean. That's just through the spirit, I believe, just seeing, just following what these devils are up to, you know what I mean. Let's see, yeah, and it reads, in addition to inflation issues, owners are also, oh yes, like I read that. It was another tough year in 2021 for most small businesses. After a good start, the came back in successive waves. Supply chain bottlenecks got far worse, and the biggest labor shortages in decades developed. A record number of firms said they raised pay and benefits to try to attract workers, but many still can't obtain enough labor. Nor has it become any easier to obtain supplies or get relief from higher prices. Inflation shot up to the highest level since 1982. So yeah, there you go. Oops, lucky. There you go. So and this is all of this was prophesied to happen. So this is Ecclesiastes 12:3, and it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. The grinders are talking about the jobs, right? The workers, you know what I mean? The different jobs. They just said that they don't have as many workers, right? The grinders are ceasing because there's not as many workers out there working, because they are few, and those that look out the windows be darkened. And that's symbolic of looking out the window at like a bright future, like they like to say. They don't see no future here, man, because there is no future here, man. This place is through, and call HALAL YAHAWAH by BAHASHAM for that. And this is Ecclesiastes 12:4. And it reads, "And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low." You know, so the grinding is going to be low because there's essentially eventually going to be even less jobs, because the employers are not going to be able to afford, like it's already going on. Actually, they're not even really they can't really afford to have a lot of employees, because supply just to keep their business up and running is so high. You know, so it says, you know, when the sound of the grinding is low, when there's already few jobs out there, he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. And what, you know, when you hear the the voice of the bird, that's early in the morning. You know, so people are gonna waking up early in the morning trying to look for jobs, and there's not gonna be any. You know, and it's already showing itself. You know, and this is in the, you know, this is in the scriptures, and that's all gonna lead to famine. You know, the lack of bread, and you know, homelessness is gonna be increasing, and you know, there's gonna be all out hell, like it says in scripture. You know, Jacob's trouble. You know, a time as has never been since there was a nation. You know, so yeah, man, it's about to get really bad out here, and it's all leading up to, you know, this the digital dollar. This is from Forbes. This is published February 7th, yesterday. Fed designs digital dollar that handles 1.7 million transactions per second. So you already see where they're going with this, man. The crashing of the dollar is coming fast, quick, fast, and in a hurry. You know, these devils are on the move to you know, forward their agenda, you know, to get to that you know, MOTB. So you know, you know, Lord willing, this was edifying to the elect. And you know, I want to thank YAHAWASHI for putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. And I want to thank YAHAWASHI. Oh, Salakia. I want to give all, I just want to read the scripture, Salakia. 2 Corinthians 2:11, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. You know? So, yeah, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem HaKadosh. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of GMS who rule well, who taught me this truth. And a hearty salutation to you brothers and sisters that are out there fighting a good fight of faith, listening and learning, hoping to be a part of that, a precious number, the elect. You know, stay fighting, stay striving, you know, keep the faith. We're almost out of here, you know. To the next one, I want to say shalom.